Good morning, everyone. I am Sumati, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, Auxilium College of Arts and Science.Regunathapuram. In this video, I am going to cover meaning of international trade, meaning of export marketing, types of exporting, objectives of export trade, futures of export marketing, difference between internal and international trade. Meaning of international trade. International trade means goods produced in one country that is sold into another country or a service provided in one country for a national or resident of another country. The seller of such goods or service provided is called exporter. The buyer of such goods or service is called importer. Meaning of export marketing. Export marketing is a practice by which a company sells its products or service to a foreign country. Products are produced from the company's home country and distributed to the buyers of international locations. It means importer and exporter were located in different countries. Types of exporting. There are two types of exporting. First one is direct exporting. Second one is indirect exporting. Direct exporting means sale of goods abroad without involving middlemen. Here middleman denotes agents, trading houses, etc. In direct exporting, a firm itself undertakes the responsibility of sending its products to foreign firms. Here, there is a direct contact between exporter and importer. Next, indirect exporting. Indirect exporting means sale of goods abroad through the middleman. Indirect exporting intermediaries takes the responsibility of sending the products to foreign countries. Types of indirect exporting. There are two types of indirect exporting. One is occasional exporting, another one is active exporting. Occasional exporting or passive exporting takes place when the company exports from time to time, either on its own initiative or in response to unsolicited orders from abroad. It denotes exporting of goods taken place as not throughout the year. Active exporting. Active exporting takes place when the company makes a commitment to expand its exports to a particular market. It denotes exporting of goods has taken place throughout the year. Next, intermediaries of indirect exporting. Commission agents. Commission agents denotes the person on who is acting on behalf of the principal. Here principal denotes export agents. Next, domestic based export merchants or export trade companies. Here the exporter purchases the goods from the producer of domestic country and sell it to the buyers of foreign countries directly. Next, buying or purchasing agents. The buying of or purchasing agents purchases goods from the producer and hand over it to the exporter. Next, export agents. Export agents works on the demand of importer from different economies. Next, export management companies. Here the companies were formed only for the management of exporting goods to different countries. Next, objectives of export trade. The first objective is to facilitate selling of goods to countries which desperately need of such goods. It denotes there is a need of goods in a particular market in foreign countries. Expanding the market for goods by producing them on a large scale. Large scale productions creates expansion of market for a particular product. Next, earning of foreign exchange through exports. Exporting goods generates foreign exchange to the exporter. It means The exporter receives foreign income. Next, helping the country to increase our national income. By exporting of goods from a particular country, it creates income to the national. Next, creating employment opportunity in a country by promoting of export oriented enterprises. The government promote exports and export oriented enterprises. By this way, employment is created. Next, generating revenue for the government in the form of customs and excise duties. The exporter have to pay customs and excise duties for the exported goods to the government. It denotes taxes. Next, promoting mutual understanding and cooperation among the nations. By exporting goods to a foreign country, it creates a cordial relationship among the participating countries. Next, achieving optimum utilization of the resources by large scale production of goods. Large scale productions utilizes available in the form, that is main material money, to the full. Next, futures of export marketing. Involvement of many countries. In export marketing, more than two countries were participated. Next, use of foreign exchange. Exporter receives money in the form of foreign currency. Next, legal obligations. Exporter of goods have to adhere the export-import policy of a particular country and the rules and regulations issued by the government. Next, exposure to risk. In exporting goods involves huge amount of risk. That is fluctuation in currency, distance, and customs of the people of exporting countries. Next, heavy documentation work. For getting export license, the exporter have to submit so much of documents. Next, difference in economic environment. In export marketing, the participating countries were from different economic environment, that is developed economy, underdeveloped economy, and developing economy. Next, difference between internal and international trade. First, internal trade is a trade that take place between two parties within the geographical boundaries of a nation. It is also known as domestic trade or home trade. It clearly denotes the buyer and seller of goods were located in the same country. Next, international trade. International trade is a trade where two or middle or more individuals from two different countries are involved, or two different countries are involved in the trade activities. It is also known as foreign trade. It clearly represents the buyer and seller of goods were from different countries. Next, difference between internal and international trade. Definition: internal trade is a trade that involves buying and selling taking place between two parties which are located with the political and geographical boundaries of a country. Next, international trade is referred to a trade that involves buying and selling of goods between two individuals or business located in different countries. It can be trade between two different countries. Next difference, foreign exchange. There is no exchange of currency as trade take place within the boundaries of the nations. In the case of international trade, exchange of currency is there between two countries or individuals or business involved in the trade. Next difference, trade restrictions. No trade restrictions for internal trade. In the case of international trade has different restriction on two countries involved in the trade have different policies with regards to trade. The participating countries have to follow different restrictions of their countries. Next, transportation cost. In internal trade, less amount of transport cost is involved. In international trade, huge amount of transport cost are involved. Foreign reserve. In the case of internal trade, it does not generate any foreign reserve. In case of international trade, it generates foreign reserve for the two trading countries. Thank you.